forward to a great weekend of lacrosse. We're going to introduce the Black Wolves first, starting with the goalies. Number 1, Cam Pilon. Number 75, Kate Lucier. Number 2, Neil McConaughey. Number 3, Colton Zawanda. Number 4, Connor Doucette. Number 6, Joel Miller. Number 7, Fletcher Backshell Jones. Number 8, Avery Berkey. Number 9, Wyatt Fancy. Number 10, Gavin Sigardi. Number 11, Beckham Toth. Number 12, Willem Backshell Jones. Number 13, Dylan Berard. Number 14, Ripley Backshell Jones. Number 15, Davis McCheckluck. Number 18, Easton Fancy. Number 19, Ezra Zanini. Number 20, Tommy Thompson. Number 21, Tanner Sudan. Number 22, Brendan Cushman. Number 23, Nolan Palmer. Number 24, Adrian Simmons. Number 28, Tyden Wilson. And now for the Westshore Bears, introducing the goalies first. Number 30, Riley Gaines. Number 35, Caden Lee. Number 2, Dylan Hamilton. Number 3, Keegan Martin. Number 4, Eddie Houston Tuck. Number 6, Spencer McDonald. Number 27, Miles Archibald. Number 10, Riley Drew. Number 11, Armand Sohi. Number 12, Colby Condon. Number 15, Ryan McKee. Number 16, Quentin Sutton. Number 17, Hayden Martinell. Number 18, Connor Rand. Number 19, Cale McKee. Number 21, Askel Shepard. Number 22, Olivier DePlante. Number 24, Josh Morgan. Number 25, Carson Morgan. Number 26, Will Perry. And now if we could ask everybody to please rise, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Well, it's time for the final game of day number 3 here in MacDonaldCup action. And it's another marquee matchup, a big one to follow, as the third one of the game was an incredible one, but this one shaping up to be another massive one indeed. It is the Cranbrook Black Wolves staring down the Westshore Bears, 2 undefeated teams through this MacDonaldCup championship thus far. Time will tell. Only one of these teams can remain undefeated heading into the crossover round, and we'll see who does so successfully by the end of this one. We're going to look at the Westshore goaltender first, as it will be the likes of Riley Gaines manning the net for this one, with Caden Lee backing him up, of course, but Riley Gaines, the de facto number 1 between the 2 goaltenders, and he will, as I mentioned, try to backstop his team to a perfect record heading into the next round of play. Meanwhile, his counterpart across from him in the Cranbrook Black Wolves net, it's Cam Pilon. Came into this tournament with a regular season goals against average of 3.60 and an .887 save percentage. Incredible numbers for the Cranbrook goaltender through the regular season. A 16-0 regular season as well for the Black Wolves. And we are underway here from the John Bailey Arena. Welcome back to BC Sports TV, ladies and gentlemen. Tino Farah here, your voice for this final game of the day. Man, oh man, you can hear it in my voice. I can hear it in my voice, at least, that this is game number 4. But we truck on, and it is the Black Wolves with the first possession. 7 seconds remaining on said possession as they work it down low over to the righty's far side. Now 3 seconds to shoot. Can they get one off in time? And they cannot get it off in time, says the shot clock. Now the Bears with an opportunity to try to get the game's opening goal. Quinn Sutton now to Dylan Hamilton. Gets underneath, spins back from the corner, uses a screen, has the flip pass available. Defended well by Cranbrook to take away what would have been a chance to go down low. Now a bobbled pass will send Cranbrook the other way over center with speed. In comes Gavin Sagerty. Flip pass now near the center line. Avery Berkey with it. Now in comes the captain, Fletcher Backshell Jones. He works now to the near side. They'll turn back and look for a target. Return now to the far side. Fake shot. They try to come over top. Now 5 seconds to shoot. They pull that one just wide and again near the center line. Now a chance for the Bears to chase this one down. Here comes LaPlante. One man to beat. Gets underneath. Shot and a save by Pilon. Getting a massive piece of that and sending his Black Wolves again over center quickly. Showing off their speed through the opening 2 minutes of play here in the first period. Again, our final game of the day. Before we move on to the crossover round tomorrow, a shot and a save by Riley Gaines. That's his first touch of the game. He'll leave that one for a defender, and here come the Bears. Jeff, do you hear the horns? Do you hear the horns? Jeff Fisher hears the horns here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you can hear him on the broadcast as well. As Quinn Sutton gets underneath. 13 seconds to work with. Pressure to wheel circle from behind the cage. Now Hamilton caught a piece of the pass, but not enough to grab it cleanly. And the Black Wolves will again push over center. It's been a crazy atmosphere from the John Bailey Arena all day and all week long, generally speaking here, folks. If you have an opportunity to come down to the arena and enjoy the games, please do so. It's an environment like no other. There's a shot, bouncer. Caught a piece of Gaines. Now loose ball goes the way of the Black Wolves. If they can grab it here along the sideboards, they can't. Rolls through some legs. And now the Bears will push pace. Here's Armand Soey. Spins away, drop pass to Olivier LaPlante. Now they'll do a full sail change. Late man off the bench here for the Bears is Cale McKee. Now just 10 seconds to shoot. LaPlante with it again. Spin move underneath, far side from the corner. 5 to shoot. Kept it big here by the Black Wolves. His flip pass to Sutton was just a little bit behind him. So we still await the game's opening goal. Now over 3 minutes into the first period. Shots 3-1 early for the Black Wolves. As their captain again crosses center. Pass to the middle. Shot fought off by Gaines. Sutton's going to chase this one down, and if he hurries, this might turn into a fast break. Cutting through, no one in front of him. Gets the shot off, and he scores! Quinn Sutton starts off his scoring ways with an early one here, less than 4 minutes in. A heads-up play as well by Hayden Cardinal to cut off the defender that was trying to cut off Quinn Sutton. Teamwork makes the dream work, and those two connect on a fast break opportunity to open the scoring here. It's 1-0 for the Bears. Face-off violation goes against Westshore. That'll send Cranbrook back into the offensive zone and a fresh 30 to work with. Near side feed to start off. Davis Mitchelluk sends it now over to the righties. Now return now to Wyatt Fancy. He's got the hot stick for the Black Wolves in this tournament. After a 44-goal regular season campaign, he's got 8 goals through 2 games to this point. 9 points in total with 1 assist to his name. But if you're the Bears, that's your guy that you got to try to shut down. Don't let him get hot too early. And it is the Bears on the offensive side right now. 10 seconds to shoot. They work the 2-man game on the near side. Nothing going, so they return it over to the lefties. Just 3 to shoot. If they can get one on target, they put it past the right arm of Cam Pilon. And that shot clock violation will send the Black Wolves back over center. Here's Colton Zawada. Sends that one over to Fletcher. Backshell Jones. A delayed call now coming up against the Bears as Pilon gets onto the bench. Late man into the play is Davis Mitchelluk. They'll slow things down and get a settled 6-on-5 offense going for the moment being. 20 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Pass to the middle. Backshell Jones shot right into the midsection of Riley Gaines, and we will get our first power play and it'll be in favor of Cranbrook. Extreme Threads are your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering tents, banners, flags, decals, signs, and so much more. Check them out online, Extreme Threads. And make sure you check out their display if you are able to come down to the arena, as they got a whole load of swag available for people to check out. But it is the power play of the Black Wolves going to work now as they initiate their motion. Now Tommy Thompson over to Backshell Jones. Took some contact before he could turn and face the net. Now he has it once again. One-timer to Wyatt Fancy. Got the look he wanted, but a great save by Gaines, stepping over to his left. Wyatt Fancy now battling for it, and it is the Bears who get that one free and go back over center shorthanded. Pass through the middle. Take it off the hop. Couldn't take it cleanly, though, as it ends up in the far side corner. Now Tanner Sudan providing a rough ride to the Bears, just pinned along the end boards there behind the net. Now the ball gets jarred free. Still up for grabs with 5 seconds remaining. They got the reset, though. Not sure why. And now it'll be an interference call going against Cranbrook. Riley Drew drawing that one. What an effort from 10 for the designated home team. Now LaPlante backpedals away, waiting for the inside screen, uses it, steps into a fake shot rather, fooled me as well. Olivier LaPlante still shorthanded for another 30 seconds. He gets underneath the two defenders, now behind the net. Kept at bay again by the Black Wolves, and now they get this one free. Still battling for it. That'll be an interference call against the Bears. And now with 20 seconds remaining in their power play, Cranbrook will again go back to work. Tommy Thompson sends it over to his right to Fletcher Backshell Jones. Now down low to Wyatt Fancy in the near side corner and returned up top. Cranbrook captain returns it out of the shooter. Shot blocked before it got through. That'll go cleanly out of play, and we'll go back to 5-on-5 action. And another delayed call coming up against the Bears. Streaking back to the bench is Cam Pilon. And with Westshore grabbing possession, that will send them right back to the sin bin. 2 straight power plays early for Cranbrook. The Cat and Fiddle Pub are proudly and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. And guess what? Voted best pub in BC by BC. With 2 covered and heated patios, famous traditional pub fare, and a great atmosphere. Go see why the locals love them for 3 decades running. Another opportunity here on the man advantage for Cranbrook as they still await their first goal of the game. Now Backshell Jones, near side feed, a heavy shot off the post with Davis Mitchelluk that close to getting his team tied up here. 1-0 early for the Bears. Mitchelluk with it again, sends it back to the point. Now they'll go over to the far side. Start their motion again, down low, Fancy goes underneath, puts it just wide, loose ball goes through the middle. Backshell Jones gonna apply some pressure, as will a teammate down low in Avery Berkey, and they'll cause a turnover to get their power play back out onto the floor. Still a man up for a little over a minute. Mitchelluk down low to Fancy, and that pass intended for Fletcher Backshell Jones eludes him and goes all the way back down over center. It'll be a free clear and a fresh 30 for the Bears to work with. Still shorthanded for another minute. Now the Westshore captain, Will Perrier, as he gets underneath. Spins away from some pressure, surveys now to the far side. He'll send that up to Dylan Hamilton and return over to his captain. Spinning underneath, thought about taking it. Now a high hit there. Physical presence. Noted early, a rising subber from distance by the Westshore captain, goes off the corner boards and back over center. Still in the power play for another 30 seconds. Now as Cranbrook gets a free clear in the far side corner, here's Tommy Thompson. Backshell Jones with it again at the point. Mitchell down low to Fancy and returned up top to the point. They again now will initiate their motion. Backshell Jones, one of the one-timer. That pass kind of handcuffed him a little bit. Couldn't get a clean look. Now down low to the corner. Same thing as Wyatt Fancy had to reach for it. Now looking for a shot lane from the corner. They go outside and a kick save by Gaines. 4 seconds away from 5-on-5 action again, and 2 straight successful kills for the Westshore Bears. Shots early are 8-1 in favor of Cranbrook, but still 1-0 in favor of the Bears. Now Backshell Jones with it once again, waiting for his settled offense to regain the floor. Now here's Wyatt Fancy. 5 seconds to shoot, runs into a teammate. Now from distance over to the far side, again pass off the mark. Fletcher Backshell Jones just has to dump that one down, and some scrambly offense 5-on-5 to start this game now for the Black Wolves as we are over 10 minutes into the frame. I guess I should start saying early. So we are over halfway through the opening period here in our last game of the day. Now it's the Bears' opportunity to go to work. But they, in turn, bobble the pass. Loose ball battle goes along the near sideboards, collected by Cranbrook. Pushing pace here is Dylan Berard. An easy pass over to Thompson over center. Berard will head off for a change. Thompson drives down low to the corner. Sees a defender in front of him, so he'll turn back. Fletcher Backshell Jones over to Mitchell now. Pass return to him again, out of his reach, and that'll go back over center. They're getting some quality looks, but they just can't get that last pass to connect. They're going east to west well, but again, just a little bit off the mark here through the opening half of the first period. Now LaPlante cuts through, pulls that one wide, and it will go back over center against the Bears. So no worse for wear the Black Wolves will be. Their shot clock violation eventually turns into a back over call going the other way, and now they're back into the offensive zone. It's Colton Zawada. Over to his left, late man into the play here is Ripley Backshell Jones. Now it's Fletcher who steps into one, and it's the Cranbrook captain finding the back of the net. Who hit that horn button? Jeff, was that you? I don't know where that horn came from, but that gave me chills. I was not expecting that. 1-1, Cranbrook gets it even up off the goal from Fletcher Backshell Jones. Oh, that was a fan in the stands who blew the horn. All right. I am ready for it next time around, and maybe we'll hear another one as the Black Wolves go back to work offensively. Here's the goal scorer in Fletcher Backshell Jones, sends it over to Tommy Thompson. Now Fancy rips that one just wide. Thompson reaching, keeps possession in favor of his team. Skip feed over to the far side. Backshell Jones looking for his second. That goes off the mark, and Mitchell will just send that one into the netting as the shot clock was about to expire. Fans coming in this evening with all the noise makers. Latest one joining the fray is, I don't know, what would you call that? Just, I don't want to say it's a horn. I mean, I guess it is an air horn. But we got the a little bit quieter air horns to our right as well. Here come the Black Wolves. And another delayed call coming up against the Bears. Now it'll be Colby Condon getting wrapped up with Colton Zawada. I'm going to pay all our bills here in just the first period, I think. How about it? Get through all the ad reads early, why don't we? Are you looking to try the new Olympic version of lacrosse? Well, you're in luck. BC Sixes has you covered. Think box lacrosse in the sun. Non-stop action, non-stop fun. Find their media on Instagram under BC Sixes and register bc6s.com today. Third opportunity on the man advantage for the Black Wolves. They working around the perimeter here early. Everybody getting a touch from outside. Mitchelluk steps into one and a save by Gaines. He'll send that one up the floor to Quinn Sutton. Stutter step move on a split dodge going to the perimeter. Now far side corner. He'll slow up. Send that one towards the center line. Hayden Cardinal with it. 33-point regular season campaign for one Hayden Cardinal, who has possession now, taking it behind the Cranbrook net. Circling and rounding the corner. A shot around a defender goes wide. Now the violation will send Cranbrook back into the offensive zone. Here's Thompson. Gets the first pass, returns it now over to Fletcher Backshell Jones. So he runs quarterback on this power play once again. Now Wyatt Fancy down low. Mitchelluk back to the point. Over to Thompson. Steps into a pass now to the near side. Fletcher Backshell Jones with the backhanded pass. Now on top of the crease, and a great save by Gaines. Staring down Avery Berkey on the crease. They get their reset. Despite the phantom shot clock horn going off. But their power play back to work now. Mitchelluk down low. Fancy looking through the middle. Returned up top. Now Backshell Jones fires and he scores. The captain has two. Great movement here on the power play as they again go to their captain with time and space, and he absolutely rips that one home past Riley Gaines. A 118-point regular season campaign for the Cranbrook captain, playing over in the Rocky Mountain League. 60 goals, as I mentioned, en route to 118 points. That's unbelievable. And now he's got 2 here this evening, up to 6 through the tournament. And he puts his team up by 2. Here they come once again, following the face-off. Again, both these teams trying to remain undefeated. Now a drive down low, stopped by Gaines. Loose ball grabbed by the Bears for a moment. Pressure jars that one free, and Cranbrook finds some space. Straight back to work now. 5:10 to play in the first period. Cranbrook getting a rough ride through the middle of the floor. There's a bouncer that goes early and out of play. That's Ripley Backshell Jones heading off to his bench. After taking a couple hits from behind while he's on the ground. Looks like he's all right while he gets a rest for the time being. And his team will go back for a defensive shift. Shots registered at 11-1 right now in favor of Cranbrook. Could be a lot worse if not for the efforts of Riley Gaines and his defensive unit, but they're still down by 1 and they lose the ball once again. Now Cranbrook pushing pace over center. With speed, here comes Brendan Hushman. Fletcher Backshell Jones. Pass down low to the corner, 15 seconds to work with on the shot clock, 4:20 to play in the period. Saved by Gaines, quick up to the far side corner. As the Bears offense going back to work, here's Olivier Laplante. Failed screen as he has to backpedal away. Shot from distance, goes short side wide. Rebound grab by Laplante. Another one from distance. That one stopped by Pilon. And his Cranbrook teammates will collect the rebound, going back over center now with under 4 to play. Wyatt Fancy. Nice toe drag, driving down low, turned back in the corner as he sends that one back up top to the point. Another delayed call coming against the Bears. Will be the Black Wolves heading back to the man advantage. And with that shot clock violation, we'll get our stoppage. And the Black Wolves will head back to the man advantage. Remember when I said I was going to pay all of our bills in the first period? Here it comes, folks. Are you ready for a new ride? Metro Ford of Port Coquitlam has you covered. Check out our huge selection of quality vehicles and experience the Metro difference. Come see us today, Metro Ford. So 4 opportunities on the power play here in the first period. Still 3:15 to play. But penalty trouble early for the Bears. They get early pressure. Thompson fires it home. 3-1 for the Black Wolves. From the exact same spot that they scored last time. A few moments ago, it was Fletcher, Backshell, Jones. This time around, it's Tommy Thompson depositing home his 3rd goal of the tournament. And doubles up on the lead now, 3-1, 3:06 to play. Another loose ball off the faceoff collected by Cranbrook. What a start for these Black Wolves here through this game. The Bears looked a little shell-shocked early here. Maybe just trying to escape this period and try to get a reset heading towards the second. But they need a defensive stop now as the Black Wolves work it through the middle. Wyatt Fancy couldn't grab that cleanly. The dunk attempt, and he stepped through the crease. Takes another hit afterwards as well. Now here come the Bears back over center. Pass to Olivier Laplante. Deflected off of his stick, but now he'll get away from the pressure going downhill. Through the middle, has some room to work with. Puts that one off the right arm of Cam Pilon. Fresh 30 now for the Bears. They get a shot off, another save by Pilon, and he hangs onto the rebound as well. Will Perrier closing in on top of the crease, hunting for that rebound. But the Cranbrook goaltender does a great job of hanging on to it and sending his team the other way over center. They'll give it right back to Westshore, though, off that errant pass. Quinn Sutton, quick up over center. Cranbrook defender quickly into the play in Tanner Sudan, pressuring now on Dylan Hamilton from the distance. Excuse me, that's Colby Condon. Now the Bears with 1.5 to play. Pass to the middle, off the mark, collected by a Cranbrook defender. And now they'll push pace once again. Got 2 players up, they hit him. Now partial break, they get a shot off, great save, Riley Gaines. Now he'll look to send it back over center himself. Turned into a bit of a track meet here, folks. That deflected pass out of the stick of Keegan Martin will send Cranbrook back into the offensive zone. And now they give it right back to the Bears. Some bobbled play here on both ends of the floor. Now under a minute to play, it will be possession Westshore. Connor Rant waits for the screen from Laplante. Backhand flip pass out of his reach down to the far side corner. Will Perrier mixing it up right now with a Cranbrook defender. They'll both head off to their respective benches. Full press coming from the Bears. And it'll cause a turnover on the 8-second count. Now Olivier Laplante. Under 30 to play, so they can hang on for the last shot if they so choose. Laplante over to Perrier. Down low, pass goes out of play off of a Westshore stick. Another thrown away possession from the Bears. Now 14 seconds to play. Cranbrook back into the offensive zone. Fletcher, Backshell, Jones driving down low. One-timer! And they just missed the net. Davis Mitchell could have put his team up by 3 heading into the intermission, but he puts it wide. And instead, we'll head towards the second period with the Cranbrook Black Wolves leading the Westshore Bears 3-1. And we're going to step aside with that. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far. We got another good one here on BC Sports TV, and we're going to be back in about 10 minutes' time for second period action. Second period action coming up here from the John Bailey Arena, and welcome back to BC Sports TV. Ladies and gentlemen, our cameraman extraordinaire, George Para, giving us a great look at Neil McConaughey, who is the latest nominee for the All-Hair Team, according to George Para, led here by Jeff Fisher to my right. We've been putting together a roster of an All-Hair Team here in this MacDonaldCup tournament. And welcome to the team, Neil McConaughey, drafted by George Para. And his team currently up 3-1 over the Westshore Bears after a penalty-filled first period, all of them in favor of Cranbrook. Man, shots 14-4 as well in favor of the Black Wolves, and they quickly get right back to the offensive zone. And it's like they never took a break. Wyatt Fancy with a shot and early save by Gaines, shutting the door 5-hole. Looking for a quick up in transition. He'll send it over to Armand Soe. Now just a second to get over, does just in time. And now it's the first offensive set in this period for the Bears. Into the play now is Cale McKee. Late man on is Dylan Hamilton. He has it now near side feed. Down low, LaPlante gets underneath, trying to work his way on top of the crease. Gets a shot off, and he scores! Olivier LaPlante gets one back for the Bears, and they're back within one. First goal of the game for 22 in white. 7th goal of the tournament. Nice little toe drag showing off his hands to get underneath and drive downhill. Gets right on top of the crease, staring down the legs of Cam Pilon, and pulls that one short side. Less than a minute in, Westshore gets their first goal since early in the first period. And they'll get the next possession here as they just avoid the back overcall. Man, that was close. But they keep possession. Still 20 seconds to work with here on the shot clock. Nice move on the offhand. Swim dodge cutting through the middle, splitting a couple of defenders on top. A shovel shot and a great save by Pilon. Man, what an effort there. Connor Rant, I believe, splitting a couple of defenders with a shovel shot on target. Now they cause a turnover. It's Will Perrier now to the near side to get another shot off, saved by Pilon. Much better start here for the Bears, and there's the 8-second count. About 2 seconds too late, in all honesty. So another turnover will send the offense of the Bears back out onto the floor. First man in here for Westshore is Miles Archibald. Now LaPlante looking for his second. Fake shot now through the middle of the floor. Connor Rant over to Perrier, now down low to the near side corner. 7 seconds to shoot. Quinn Sutton lost the ball. He opened the scoring for the Bears. Couldn't get a clean look that time as he lost it through his move. And the Cranbrook Black Wolves get back over center. Good work there to protect that ball. Tanner Sudan will head off for a change. Late man in to replace him is Colton Zawada. Now Wyatt Fancy with a toe drag of his own, and he scores! Wyatt Fancy answers back. He saw the last goal from Olivier LaPlante and said, anything you can do, I can do better. Toe drag of his own, also going downhill, and fires that one home to make it 4-2. They reclaim the 2-goal lead. Now less than 3 minutes into the second. Fletcher backshell Jones gets free of a double team, loses the ball on the spin move, still up for grabs. He'll head off for a change now as the Bears collect. Skip feed now over to LaPlante. Directing traffic from the sideboards, gets underneath off the screen, tries to cut through the middle, but he's kept at bay. Now sends it over to the far side. Again, nice move to get downhill. Shot goes just wide. Still 7 seconds to work with. LaPlante steps into a shot. Blocked by a defender and a high hit there. Oh, man. Struggling to get to his feet is Beckham Toth, now up as he was kind of falling forward and took some contact. Definitely unintentional. But that was ugly, and he gets onto the bench now. We'll see if he gets some attention from the trainers or not. Now Riley Gaines collects, and we'll get another Westshore penalty and another power play for Cranbrook. I know I said I paid all the bills back in the first period, but guess what? I got one more. And it's brought to you by us at BC Sports TV. And if you are interested in advertising us with some in-game ads, you can hit us up at info@bcsports.tv. Let's get in contact. Let's make a partnership here, shall we? And again, we thank everybody for supporting us throughout this week full of lacrosse and the MacDonaldCup action. If you want to give us a follow on any of our socials, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, at BC Sports TV, wherever you can find us. And if you want to get interactive on the streams as well, you can hit me up on Twitter at Ferratino and on Instagram at Tino Ferra. Got a bunch of messages yesterday from some of the Cranbrook faithful. Of course, because I was mispronouncing a name. So we got that cleaned up, and we thank everybody for the respectful messages, trying to get some corrections. There's Fletcher Backshell Jones. Fires that one off the post. And again, if there are any names that you hear being mispronounced, feel free to send me a message. I won't take it personally. Let's get some respect thrown on these players' last names. As there's another shot going just wide. Tommy Thompson collects, 15 seconds still remaining on the shot clock. Skip feed down low to the corner, now back up to the point. Thompson to Backshell Jones, has it again. Another shot right into the midsection of Riley Gaines. An easy save for him, and he starts off a breakout quickly. They stretch the floor, but they can't get free of the 8-second count. They'll have to put it right back down and give it back to the Black Wolves. Still a minute and 5 seconds remaining on their power play as Fletcher Backshell Jones joins Fletcher Backshell Jones joins the play. Running the point now to his left over to Tommy Thompson. Down low to Fancy. He gets the pass off, but a huge hit through the middle of the floor. Another one on Thompson as he's just getting back to his feet now, getting a rough ride through the middle as the pass sent to him. Now down low to the corner. Back to the point. Another rip by Thompson goes just wide. He'll head off for a change. With the Bears getting back into the offensive zone, still short-handed for another 25 seconds. Now LaPlante cuts through, gets the pass off, but he can't get it cleanly as he gets forced into the Cranbrook net. And it looks like they're going to get their first penalty of the game here with LaPlante driving through the middle. Such a dynamic shooter is Olivier LaPlante. 36 goals, 36 assists for 73 points through the regular season for his Westshore Bears. And he's up to 7 now through this MacDonaldCup. A huge part of his team getting out to a 2-0 start. Now he has it once again from the perimeter. Surveys the middle of the floor. Now he'll try to spin underneath through to the middle of the floor. Could have earned another wrap check. Gets the shot off and a massive hit as he gets dumped down to the floor. Bounces right back up, and another collision there near center. This time it's Westshore getting the better of that one. Will Perrier gets underneath and sends it back down to the corner. Now the Bears on their first power play of the game. Quinn Sutton onto the floor. Couldn't handle that pass. Still up for grabs. Now they take it, going over top, and a great save by Cam Pilon. Now they'll settle down their power play and get back to their regular motion. Far side feed, big wind-up shot, deflected, goes wide. Skip feed now, Quinn Sutton fires that one on target, but a save by Pilon. It falls down between his legs, so he'll let a defender come in and grab it from him. Here's Tanner Sudan. muscling his way into the offensive zone, shorthanded, still with possession. A little bit of a stiff arm there, forcing his way through. What an effort from the Black Wolves defender. But his team gives it right back to the Bears now. So they'll head back to the penalty kill for 45 more seconds. And here's the Westshore captain, and Will Perrier. Pass goes down low. Skip feed again to the captain. A heavy shot and a bigger save from Pilon. No rebound to show for it either. Strong start for both of these goaltenders. It's been Riley Gaines who's been the busier of the two. But Pilon with a handful of quality saves of his own. Now a hit from behind going against Neil McConaughey. He's back to his feet now. After getting hit from behind in front of the penalty box, he'll head off for a change. And his team will go back to work offensively, shorthanded for another 10 or so seconds. Here's Wyatt Fancy. Just killing the rest of the penalty here as it has expired, and we will go back to 5-on-5 action. Still 13 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Late man into the play here is Colton Zawada as they start their motion now from the far side. Now near side, down low to the corner, set play there. They got the motion they wanted, but they couldn't get a clean pass. Now they'll earn a fresh 30 to work with off the interference call against the Bears. And here's Fletcher Backshell Jones. Zawada comes over top. Skip feed to Wyatt Fancy, gets underneath, a shot and a save by Gaines. Again, rebound collected by the Black Wolves. Now they send it behind the net, no look pass through the middle. Backshell Jones takes it off the hop, finds some room, big shot, and he scores! The captain has 3. It's 5-2 for Cranbrook. Man, he's got a heavy shot, and he steps into another one there. This one overhand. His last goal was a sidearm rip, but still in similar fashion, just puts it past the right side of Riley Gaines. And absolutely blasts that one home. 11:54 to play in the second period. Now it's 5-2 for the Black Wolves. And again, I'm aware on our broadcast that it currently says it's the first period. There's nothing I can do about it, just so you guys know. I have to wait for the update on the score clock, which they have not done yet, so get off my back. I'm just joking. But back to the action we will go. Cranbrook back into the offensive zone. They've dominating the faceoff dot early, which has been massive for their response, whether it's following a Westshore goal or a goal of their own. That possession ends early, though, off the turnover, and now here come the Bears. Dylan Hamilton. Shot saved. Pilon hangs on to that rebound once again and quickly sends that up in transition. Here's Tanner Sudan. He's got a man on his back, sidesteps that, bobbled it for a second. Got to tiptoe that center line. Rather, that's Tyden Wilson. My mistake. Now Fancy comes up with it. Near side feed. Backshell Jones down low to the corner as he drives and sets a screen. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Pass down low to the corner. Here's the captain once again. Skip feed to the far side. Shot by Fancy. Saved by Gaines, and he'll grab his own rebound. Now getting pressured, but he still collects, sending it over to the center line is Davis Michaluk. Now Colton Zawada down low. Avery Berkey with the shot. That one goes wide. Fancy with the second chance. Blocked again. Takes a hit from behind and an extra whack on the ground. That'll be another call going against the Bears. Penalty trouble for Westshore, with Wyatt Fancy getting a rough ride while still on the ground. Just undisciplined play right now from Westshore, as they find themselves down by 3. Still a ton of time to work with, but if you keep giving this Cranbrook power play opportunities, this mountain is just going to get steeper and steeper. And now the Black Wolves will go back to work. Another delayed call on a slash going against Westshore. Pilon onto the bench now. We'll go 6-on-4 for the time being. His late man in here is Colton Zawada. Backshell Jones from his wrong side. They'll send it behind the net. Up top to the point. Now Fancy steps into a shot and he scores again. Wyatt Fancy grabs another. This power play is lethal, folks. And if the Bears continue to give them chance after chance, they will clearly make you pay. That's now 6 goals distributed through just 3 players. Fletcher Backshell Jones has 3. Wyatt Fancy now up to 2. And the last one coming from Tommy Thompson to round things out. All this en route to a 6-2 lead for the Black Wolves with exactly 10 minutes to go in the second. Now over the halfway point of this game. And guess what? The Black Wolves come up with possession following a face-off once again. And they'll remain on the power play with that late slash coming actually early in their last power play. So they'll remain 5-on-4, working it around the perimeter. Mitchelluk back to the point. Thompson was winding up before he had that in the back of his stick. Has it once again, now down low to the crease, one-timer. Fancy puts it just wide. Now another one from Backshell Jones, just wide, and that'll get a shot clock violation. Now Fancy picks it off, and he puts it just wide. Wyatt Fancy almost got another one, the one-handed pickoff off the breakout pass. And it's been all Cranbrook through this game so far. A 16-0 regular season playing over in the Rocky Mountain League, and they're showing off their talents through this tournament and especially in this game to this point. Shots 20-11 early. Now Perrier gets a shot off, and guess what? We have another penalty coming up against the Bears. Looks like a hard screen being set. We'll see what the official call is. And it's going to be a 5-on-3. That'll be a cross-checking call. They'll say 2 minutes. So a 5-on-3 for the next 52 seconds or less. Let's see how things shape up here. But it looks like Cranbrook will go to a 4-on-3 situation with Tanner Sudan playing safety near the center line. Either way, their power play, again, going back to work. Quick movement early as they go low to high. Shot saved by Gaines, and they again grab the rebound. Now Thompson sends it over to the far side. Fancy down low, trying to go crease to crease. That off the mark, and Thompson will collect. Pass to the crease. One-timer! Another one for Fancy, and he joins the hat trick club. 7-2 with 8:25 to play in the second. The movement on this man advantage has been incredible to watch for the Black Wolves. Even on that 4-on-3 situation, obviously a ton of room available on the floor, but going east to west, north to south, sending this one essentially wherever they want to. And it turns into their 7th goal of the game, a commanding lead on their 21st shot. And their power play again back out onto the floor now as we go back to 5-on-4 action. 8 minutes to play in the second period. Thompson grabs the loose ball. Still 5 seconds to work with here on the shot clock. Rips one and saved by Gaines. He hangs on to that one. No Fletcher Backshell Jones on that power play unit. They sent Tommy Thompson to run the point that time around. Now a timeout called by the Bears. They just look to settle things down here. They started off this period down by just 2, but now they find themselves in a 5-goal deficit, 7-2 over the halfway mark now. Just getting word here again from the Cranbrook faithful. Colton Zawada is pronounced Zawada. Thank you for the correction. And again, thank you. I got to say, through this tournament so far, it's been Cranbrook by far sending the most messages. And I'm not complaining at all. If I'm absolutely mispronouncing a name, feel free, send me a message. Like I said, I would love to get as much respect put onto these players as possible. So the correction is necessary, and I thank you guys very much. But shout out to the Cranbrook faithful. Watching from back home. Now we're back to the action as it is Bears possession, still shorthanded for another 40 seconds. There's a shot and a save by Pilon, dropping down low. He'll hang on to that one. Now send his team back over center, still on the power play, as I mentioned, for just over 30 seconds. Mr. Hat-Trick in Wyatt Fancy has his pass deflected. Now he'll go back for some back pressure here. Bit of a power kill for the Black Wolves. Loose ball collected by the Bears. They get a rough ride in the near side corner. Still 18 seconds to work with on the shot clock. 10 seconds remaining in their penalty. Nice swim move going down low, and they put it off the crossbar. What a drive by Hayden Cardinal. So we go back to 5-on-5 action now. But the Bears almost finding their third goal of the game. Now the offense of the Black Wolves gets back to the floor. 5-on-5 action for the first time in what feels like forever. Berkey gets through the middle, shot, and I believe we got a goaltender change as well in net for the Bears. So in comes Caden Lee, replacing the likes of Riley Gaines. The rare lefty goaltender comes into net for Westshore. His team now tries to continue to climb back here. Down by 5 goals. 6:05 to play in the second. 5 seconds to shoot. They get down low on the crease. They get the shot through. But I don't think it's going to count. A lot of contact there, courtesy of Cale McKee driving through, running right into Cam Pilon, and he's going to get penalized for it. Not Pilon. Cale McKee is going to get penalized there for unsportsmanlike, I believe. So he clearly had some extra words for the official. And man, does he look frustrated. Rightfully so. A situation that his team has not been in too often here through the regular season or through this tournament. Is that a game misconduct? We're going to go 5-on-5 here, so that might have been a game misconduct. I'll wait for the official word here. Going against Cale McKee. But it is possession for the Black Wolves. They try to flip pass through the middle. Wyatt Fancy now sends it over to Fletcher Backshell Jones, looking for his fourth. Heavy shot kicked aside by Caden Lee. His first save of the game since entering the play. Now that'll be an interference call going against Westshore as Wyatt Fancy gets back to his feet now and a fresh 30 to work with for Cranbrook. Down low to the far side corner. Fancy sizing up his defender, fakes the drive pass through the middle, saved by Lee, getting a big piece of that with his right arm. Now again, Fancy fires, goes just wide, and he can't quite chase it down. Now Quinn Sutton will do so as he grabs that in the far side corner. He's got no reinforcements yet, so he'll slow up and find some room himself. In comes his captain in Will Perrier. He's pinned along the far sideboards, now finding some space. Over to Olivier Laplante, steps into a sidearm rip, saved by Pilon. Loose ball now collected at least for a moment, by the Bears. They lost it and then got a rough ride into those sideboards once again. Tanner Sudan making his presence felt. But the Bears draw an interference call, now a fresh 30 to work with. Here's Connor Rant. Tries to go over top, now sends it back over to the righties. Perrier waits from the screen from Hamilton. Now LaPlante with it again. Another shot around a screen, saved by Pilon. Again, dropping to his knees and hanging on to the rebound. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Still 7-2 for Cranbrook as the scoring has slowed down a little bit here in the late stages. And we're going to get a penalty against Cranbrook, a delayed game call. And really just an unnecessary one, as Colton Zawada will make his march over towards the penalty box. And in this game now, we'll see a rare sighting of the power play for the Bears, as they've been the one making the march towards the penalty box more often than not. Now with an opportunity here that they have to take advantage in the late stages of the second. They got to take their chances when they are able, and we'll see if they can cash in this time around. LaPlante, underhand feed, skip pass, far side, saved by Pilon. And they grab the rebound, fresh 30 to work with. LaPlante stepping down low, he'll turn aside and send it over to the righties. Now LaPlante steps into another one, short side, wide, and that'll go into his own team's bench. An opportunity to clear, now short-handed for Cranbrook, and starting things off on their own side of center will be Tanner Sudan. Heads off for a change now. Dished over to Beckham Toth. Now Avery Berkey. Waiting for this one near the center line is Davis Mitchelluk, backpedaling away from the pressure, taking his space available. Backshell Jones over to Wyatt Fancy. 5 seconds to shoot. Now Berkey with it again, and will calmly just send that one down behind the net of Caden Lee. A tidy piece of work on that shorthanded offensive set for the Black Wolves as they maintain possession for the entire 30 and just send it back down. Now here come the Bears on the power play for another 40 or so seconds. Perrier, skip pass down low. Return now to the point. Riley Drew steps into one. That one goes wide and out of play. Again, an opportunity here for the Black Wolves to kill the remainder of this penalty. Just about a second or half a second difference between the shot clock and the remainder of the penalty. So they can more or less just kill the rest of it here with just over 2 minutes to play in the second period. So they again just get that tidy offensive motion going short-handed. Off-ball screens going north and south. Fletcher Backshell Jones wisely just throws that one out of play. What a game here from the Cranbrook captain. 3 goals alongside Wyatt Fancy with 3 of his own. Really setting the tone early in this game, starting off back in the first period, showing why they are part of this leadership group for the Black Wolves. Now they look for their team to get a defensive stop as the Bears go back to work. Drew with the pass through the middle, intended for Dylan Hamilton. That pass got deflected. And Tanner Sudan will collect on his own side. Full press here from Riley Drew. And Cranbrook unable to get over before the 8-second count. Now Drew a quick up through the floor, breakaway for the Bears. They get the shot off and a save by Pilon. Where is it? It's stuck in his glove. Cranbrook goaltender standing tall once again. Staring down a breakaway there for Hayden Cardinal, who's been robbed a couple times in this game already. Still just 2 goals on the board for the Bears. That shot blocked, fired by Avery Berkey. Now they'll go back into the defensive zone. Berkey playing a defensive shift here. He goes in for the double team. Another save by Pilon. And the Black Wolves will collect. 38 seconds to play. Quickly into the offensive zone for Cranbrook is Beckham Toth. Now Fletcher backshell Jones. Fakes the shot. Backhand flip down low to the near side corner. Back up top to the captain. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Under 20 seconds to play. Skip feed over to Fancy. Stutter step move. Shot blocked before it got through. The Bears will send that one out of play. Now 9 seconds to play. And Cranbrook will call time out here. Again, just an unnecessary play there for Westshore. They had time to work with and a player heading down the floor, but instead they just lobbed that one up. I don't think they were aware of how much time they had. Still at the time, 11, 10 seconds or so. But instead, they just lobbed that one towards the rafters, causing a turnover, an unforced turnover. And the Black Wolves now with one last play coming. Under 10 seconds to work with, but that's still plenty of time here in the game of lacrosse. And when their offense has looked as dynamic as it has through this game, I don't know, I like their chances. We'll see what they can come up with, and not only that, how well or not they can execute. It's not always about what play you draw up, it's whether or not you can make it happen on the floor. 9.3 seconds to play. They're going to start off up top, as they're going to go 6-on-5 with the goaltender on the bench. Now their motion starts. 5 seconds to play. Down low. Back to the far side corner, intended for Fancy. Just off the mark, he'll apply a little bit of pressure, some rough stuff afterwards. But we'll close out this period with Cranbrook leading the Westshore Bears 7-2. We're going to step aside here, ladies and gentlemen, on BC Sports TV. What a game it's been, and a massive, massive third period coming up in our final game of the day. Don't go too far from those screens. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes' time for the third and final period. You're watching the MacDonaldCup from Port Coquitlam. Time for the third and final period here from the John Bailey Arena here, ladies and gentlemen. Live on BC Sports TV. Tino Farah, your voice for the games today. We'll be back again with a full slate. 4 games coming up tomorrow as we enter the crossover round. That's where things will start to heat up, folks. But for now, we got a final period to get through, as it's the Cranbrook Black Wolves with a commanding 5-goal lead, 7-2 over Westshore through 40 minutes of play. And now they'll look to lock this one down. It's Caden Lee in the net. He came in about halfway through that second period in place of Riley Gaines. And it's Cam Pilon with just 2 goals against through 18 shots thus far. And again, will try to backstop his team to a victory here this evening. Well, Black Wolves grab the first possession from their own side of center off the turnover from the Bears, so they'll get the first defensive shift of the period. Now Mitchell drives through, gets the pass sent over, and a great save early by Caden Lee. Remember that save, folks. That's a big one to start the period. As he drives down across to his right, take away any daylight available. Now Olivier Laplante sends that one wide. What would have been his second of the game. Now a big check there from Riley Drew. That'll be an interference call against Westshore. Not what they need right now. Of course, you don't want to be a pushover. You want to assert yourself physically speaking, but you got to find that line, and right now the Bears are still looking for said line. Now they cut through the middle, a shot, another save by Lee. Wants that quick breakout pass in front of the penalty boxes. He sends one up the floor, and it connects. Got stuck in the back of the stick of Colby Condon for just a moment. Now he'll head off to his bench. Late man on is Dylan Hamilton. Driving straight through as they go righty strong in this set. Perrier from distance, a save from Pilon. Hamilton got sent sprawling to the floor by a Black Wolves defender as they again get over center relatively easily. Here's Davis Mitchelluk. Fakes the drop pass. They'll attempt the hidden ball trick. Not going to fool me, not this time, folks. Mitchelluk drives through. Now pass again, gets through another high hit. Colton Zawada getting the worst of that collision. His team keeps possession, though, and they couldn't get a shot off, so no reset. Zawada frustrated as he gets back onto the bench now after getting that high hit in that last possession. Flip pass through the middle. Sutton got the pass off, but couldn't get it cleanly into the stick of Laplante. Now Riley Drew, pressured from distance. Passed over to the lefty, shot goes wide. Now Archbold with it. Nice move to get around one defender. A bouncer from distance goes wide. Honestly, it's whatever you want at that point. Back over or shot clock violation. Either way, it is, again, possession for the Black Wolves. And here's Fletcher, Backshell Jones. Wyatt Fancy from the near side. Far side feed over to his captain. And I think we might get 2 penalties here, actually. One from each team. Looks like it'll be Ripley, Backshell Jones going off for the Black Wolves, as well as Josh Morgan. And we should just remain 5-on-5 on these offsetting calls here. We'll get the official word from the officials. Yes, it will remain 5-on-5. And again, a quick shout out to all of our socials here, and we thank you all for joining us. Keep your eyes tuned in to said socials if you feel so inclined to do so throughout the remainder of this MacDonaldCup run. And if you like lacrosse of the free variety, we have the Founders Cup coming up next week as well, starting on Monday. Of course, the Junior B Tier 1 National Championships will go down in this very building just a handful of days away, and we're going to have all the broadcasts for you for free here on BC Sports TV. So make sure you give us a follow and keep your eyes tuned into all of our channels. We're going to keep you guys posted as much as possible. And you know what? Myself and our cameraman, George Parra, we might just camp here for the rest of this weekend and going into next week. I've spent way too much time in this arena in the past handful of days. What do you think, George? We get the confirmation from George. We have spent too much time in this arena in the last handful of days. I can speak on behalf of both of us, though. We wouldn't have it any other way. At least we're here having fun. Slight delay here as they now confirm that it will be 5-on-5. I think Cranbrook was trying to argue that they wanted 4-on-4. Try to create some much open space as possible on the floor, but we are finally back to the action just over 3 minutes into the third and final frame here in our final game of the day. Possession for the Bears, down by 5, still within striking distance, but they got to get to work here. LaPlante on his wrong side, a bouncer saved by Pilon. He has that 5-hole locked in. Now a lobbed pass going over the center line. Here is Tyden Wilson. Turnover, though, will send the Bears back into the offensive zone. They got a man streaking down the floor. They don't see him in time. Miles Archbold was all alone on top of the crease if they could hit him, but they decided against it. Archbold with it still, near side. Now sends it over to the lefties. He wants the ball sent back to him. He has some space if they can hit him. Great defense here from the Black Wolves. Now he has it, a yard sale there, a great stick check by Brendan Hushman. What a defensive play by Hushman as he heads off for a change, replaced by Fletcher Backshell Jones. Near side feed, Michaluk has that bounce in and out of his stick. The Bears will push pace the other way. Quickly over the center line, here is Colby Condon. He takes it himself right into the midsection of Pilon. Confident save for the Cranbrook goaltender. Now Tommy Thompson spins through some pressure back over center. Still awaiting the first goal of the period. Shots now 28-21 in favor of the Black Wolves. We'll lead this one 7-2. Pass and a collision along the near side. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock as they work it around the perimeter. Outside pressure from the Bears. Tommy Thompson looks a little bit shaken up as he heads back towards his team's bench. And the Bears back over center. Here's Riley Drew. Pass to the near side. Dylan Hamilton returns it over to the lefties. They'll go righty strong on this set. There's another bouncer on target. Pilon will hang on to that one and get another whistle. Now Sudan gets around a forechecker here. He'll find Tommy Thompson right back out there despite being shaken up a few moments ago, so he's none too worse for wear. At least not enough to miss a shift. Now pass through the middle, a little tic-tac-toe play drawn up. Couldn't get that cleanly into the back of the stick. Davis Michaluk now down low. Fancy gets another one on the one-timer. They don't even have to go east to west this time. As it goes from Michaluk straight down to the corner to Wyatt Fancy, and he fires that one home from a sharp angle. It's his fourth of the game, and I think that's the first goal allowed by Caden Lee. If you are just joining us, he came in to replace Riley Gaines midway through the second period, and I'm not sure if we saw a goal go past him until this point now. But Wyatt Fancy has 4, and his team is back over center now. Bobbled pass grabbed by Caden Lee. Will Perrier now with one man to beat, stretches that one up the floor, and they do get it over just in time. In comes Cale McKee. Miles Archbold, one defender in front of him. He'll turn back and wait for some reinforcements. LaPlante over to the far side. They get the pick and roll working. Nice move, tripped up. As we have two players slow to get up. As Hayden Cardinal, another beautiful move there, get tripped up though before he get a shot off. And now back to his feet and back towards his bench is Tyden Wilson. But Willen Backshell Jones will sit now, 2 or less, with 13:30 remaining in the game. Now 8-2 for the Black Wolves in a commanding position here. With man advantage in favor of Westshore as they work it around the outside. Now their motion, Drew had that one loaded up before he received the pass. Ends up dropping it in the process in his power play. Now not a lot of time to work with. Perrier fires that one. Big rebound, a smart shot by the Westshore captain. Low off the leg pads. Big rebound, and now they'll go back to work. Miles Archbold, stick check there. Can't grab the ball, leaping for it. And now here come the Black Wolves in transition. A 2-on-1 short-handed. Now a 3-on-2 as Mitchell extends that back over to the far side. Bobbling that one is Brendan Hushman. Now in come the Bears. They'll turn back, man. Keegan Martin thought he was going to take that one in. So he spun through a defender. He'll head off for a change instead and get the power play unit back out onto the floor. LaPlante back to the point. Perrier steps into a shot. Short side wide. Drew with another one, and he scores! And he'll get a penalty afterwards as well. Let's take a look at the goal and the celebration afterwards, which is what cost him. Riley Drew let out a ton of frustration on that shot, but the frustration boiled over afterwards as he gave a shove to his defender. Just not what you need right now for the Bears. Yeah, I would be frustrated too, if I'm being honest. You finally get your team back onto the board, but then you put them short-handed now. 12-14 to play. At least they're within 5 if you're a Westshore fan here watching on. But this dominant power play of the Black Wolves with an opportunity now to answer right back. Backshell Jones. Man, I got silent in this building following that goal. Should I whisper? Fletcher Backshell Jones has the ball returned to him. Now Thompson fires and he scores. The lead is once again 6. The walk of shame back towards his bench for Riley Drew after Tommy Thompson deposits that one into the back of the net, his second of the game. Now take a look at this. 9 goals in total, just 3 goal scorers for the Black Wolves. 4 for Wyatt Fancy, 3 for Fletcher Backshell Jones, and now 2 for Tommy Thompson. This 3-headed monster on the offensive side of the floor for the Black Wolves. Now a turnover near the center. They got a man up to play on a breakaway going in alone. Great save, Pilon. Keeping his team up by 6 now, just over 11:20 remaining in the game. Bears send that over to the righties first. Perrier down low to the corner. Now they'll go over to the lefties. A shot saved by Pilon. Now Perrier mixing it up with a Black Wolves defender. He'll get away from that and set a screen through the middle. Can't get the clean flip pass through. Cale McKee was pressured from the outside. That shot goes wide. Perrier with it once again. Fake the flip. Skip pass over to the far side. Heavy one saved by Pilon. Loose ball still up for grabs. And a big hit through the center of the floor. utter dominance right now from Cranbrook. It's Hayden Cardinal getting the worst of that collision. Now Hamilton cuts through, shot fought off by Pilon. And the Black Wolves now pressured in the far side corner. Hamilton comes in, a third defender comes in. Shouldn't say defender, forechecker. And now we have an injured Black Wolf down on the floor. And a member of the Westshore Bears slow to get up as well, as they both get back to their feet now. I believe this is Tanner Sudan heading off. Dylan Hamilton of the Bears comes over to make sure he's all right. And it will be possession for Westshore. 10:25 now to play in the third. Hamilton with it, finding some room, coming over top. If he can get around another defender, he has some room through the middle. Turns it over there as he loses it during his move. He's frustrated, heading off for a change. Back onto the floor now is Backshell Jones. Fletcher, that is. So he takes some space. And the Black Wolves can, I don't expect them to start to kill clock now, but they can take their time on these possessions. So the clock is the enemy of the Westshore Bears in this current position. Caden Lee now will collect, lobs that one in front of his bench, and the Bears will stretch the floor, but they'll just give it right back. Maybe not, though, as that goes past a Black Wolves defender. Now they will collect. Beckham Toth sends that one up the floor, and Tommy Thompson is back into the offensive zone. Ball returned to him. 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock as he sends that over to the near side. Now they'll go to the righties. Berkey with that shot. Another chance as they float that one towards the goal. Couldn't get a clean shot on. Certainly not the look that they had hoped for. And the Bears will clear center once again. Olivier Laplante. He's got a man joining him in the play in Carson Corbin. Now Laplante fires it home and gets his team back on the board. 9-4 now with 8:56 to play. He gets underneath the first defender and over top of the second one. A sidearm rip fools the likes of Cam Pilon. And now Olivier Laplante is up to 2 in this game. Certainly not out of reach yet, but the Bears got to hurry. As I mentioned, the clock is their enemy. And a clean face-off win for the Black Wolves. In alone, here's Thompson. Great save, Lee. Quinn Sutton battling for it. He loses it. Fresh 30 now for the Black Wolves to work with. Wyatt Fancy sends that one down low. Here's Davis Mitchelluk through the middle. Gets the shot off, goes just wide. Now Thompson trying to chase this one down. Bats it before it goes over the center line. Now Keegan Martin gets back over center. Late man into the play here is Olivier Laplante. There's another shot. Goes off of a defender. I believe that caught Brendan Hushman off the top of the helmet. Another shot from distance goes wide. Rebound up for grabs in the near side corner. 5 seconds to shoot. Riley Drew spins through, gets a huge hit though from the goal line, getting a rough ride and taking a shot clock violation against his Bears. Thought Drew was going to be able to drive from goal line extended there. Cannot do so. He'll head off for a change. 2 goals through the tournament so far for Riley Drew. 1 on the game as well. Something his team needs more of from him, but it's the Black Wolves with an opportunity now. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock as they get around a defender. That one deflected and goes wide. Now another delayed call coming up. I believe that'll be against the Bears. It'll be an unsportsmanlike call, if I'm not mistaken. The official had heard enough that time around, and once again, this lethal power play of the Black Wolves with another chance. Some fans in the building here, none too happy with the officials to this point, voicing their displeasure. Fletcher, Backshell, Jones. Yeah, I think they're killing clock now, folks. Now they'll bat this one down behind the Bears net as the shot clock expires. More of a golf swing, I guess I should say, rather than a bat. In comes the Bears, short-handed for another minute 15. Colby Condon on top of the crease with an individual drive. Shot and a save by Pilon. Loose ball grabbed by Westshore. Here's Perrier. Sidestepping his way down low, waiting for the screen. He'll come over top. Another defender comes in to take that chance away, and the turnover goes against Westshore. Now in comes the double team, and they'll cause a turnover of their own. Quinn Sutton gets underneath and will draw a call here himself. Still with some words for the official afterwards, but they maintain possession and a fresh 30 as they'll go 5-on-5 with the goalie pulled. Now, LaPlante gets a shot off, and man, there could have been another call going against Cranbrook. We'll see what the penalty situation is. We might have 2 penalties going against Cranbrook here, folks. Looks like Neil McConaughey will head off, and joining him will be Dylan Berard. So 4-on-3 we will proceed as, and a ton of room available right now. Westshore currently has too many players on, so Perrier will step off. Riley Drew will start off the possession. He'll immediately send it over to LaPlante. Return now to Drew. Sent back over to the lefties. They just play pass around the perimeter. Drew, skip feed down low. One-timer off the post. Now they cause a turnover, 2-on-1. LaPlante down low. Fake shot and a save by Pilon. Now look out as Drew almost cleaned out Tanner Sudan. Gets over center. Could have taken that one into the cage. Instead flips over center. Westshore pressuring. And they'll cause another turnover. A 5-on-3 advantage now in favor of the Bears. They get their power play back onto the floor. Connor Rant will run point here for the time being. It's now 4-on-2. A late change off the side of the post. Inside of the post, I should say. Riley Drew had that stapled top right. Just about a half an inch away. Now pass to Perrier. Gets a shot off and draws another penalty. Taking a hit from behind. Another shot, a heavy one from LaPlante. That'll go back over center. And the Westshore captain will draw another penalty. Will this be a penalty shot, George? Yeah, this should be a penalty shot, I believe, with 3 players into the box. That may be what they're currently discussing. And I believe it is with distracted. With Neil McConaughey coming out of the box. So with him coming out, I believe that it should be a penalty shot here. And I think Cranbrook is aware of that because all their players currently on the bench. Yeah, we know the rules here on BC Sports TV. Shout out Keith Gagne, our rules expert on the broadcast. Didn't need him this time around, though, George. I knew that one right away. Yeah. Take that, Keith. So it's going to be Riley Drew, certainly with the hot stick. was just about half an inch away from getting his team back onto the scoreboard, and he'll take the penalty shot going down alone. Drew fakes the shot, now tries to go 5-hole, stopped by Cam Pilon. Let's take another look at this one here, shall we, as Riley Drew swung out to the near side, then cut through. 3 fakes thrown, and dropping down low was Cam Pilon. Certainly been one of the standout players. I mean, there's been so many, not just offensively speaking, but on the defensive side as well for the Black Wolves. Tanner Sudan's had a strong game. Brendan Hushman's been strong as well. And a handful of blocks from a lot of these defenders. How about Neil McConaughey at the faceoff dot as well? Not to mention the likes of Fletcher Backshell Jones, Wyatt Fancy, and Tommy Thompson for their offensive contributions. But none greater than the efforts of Cam Pilon, who has stood tall when he's needed to. And he did so on that latest penalty shot from the Bears. Now they collect 4 minutes to play in the third. Back over center, still 5-on-3 for the next 14 or so seconds. Power play back onto the floor. No look pass down low to the crease. Back up top. Perrier sends it far side. Perrier with it again. LaPlante steps into a shot, pulls that one just wide. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock. We'll go 5-on-4. Hamilton shot takes a big hit afterwards as well. Loose ball cleaned out by Cranbrook, and they'll push the pace over center. Speaking of the Devil, Tanner Sudan gets over center in transition, as he has so often through this game. Now the Black Wolves throw it away. They'll remain shorthanded for the next 2:50. Still chances available for the Bears, but every possession growing in importance here. Late change for their power play to get back on. Still 15 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Perrier at the point. Skip pass down low to the corner. No look pass on the skip. Near side. Just misses that left post. And the Black Wolves again will push pace to the middle. It's Thompson in a lone shot. Saved by Caden Lee. Now Wyatt Fancy bats that one back over center. In come the Bears. They got Sutton on his wrong side down low on the crease, so not a great look to give him the feed. Likely why they didn't send that through. Now Perrier, skip feed down low. Through the middle, that pass just off the mark. Archbold couldn't get a clean look as that one hopped over him. Now again, they'll push pace shorthanded. As we approach the 2-minute mark now. 2 minutes to play. The Bears going to leave a player in the offensive zone now. They look to take their chances when they see them. 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nice move around a defender. Gavin Sagerty gets underneath. Another spin move, 5 seconds to shoot. Gets underneath the 2 defenders, and he'll just drop that behind the Bears net. Now 1:38 to play in the third. Westshore still down 9-4. This is the last game of the pool round here. There's a shot. Just catching a piece of that one was Pilon, but tomorrow we'll bring on the crossover round, and we'll see how the matchups fly. There's another low save by Pilon in a second straight, getting his right foot out. Now back to the action. No look pass to the far side. Another save by Pilon. Now the Bears will cause a back-in call. Heads up play by Olivier LaPlante. They'll restart their offense. Still on the power plays. We're in the final minute now. Perrier battling for that one. Got kicked free to the Black Wolves goaltender. He'll send that one. A heads-up play connecting with a streaking Brendan Hushman into the offensive zone. They got a man down low on the crease. In Fancy, he takes the shot, puts it just wide. Now a collision near the center line right in front of the penalty boxes. That was Hushman getting the worst of that one, and a drive through. Let's take another look at that one here on the broadcast, shall we? As the net got thrown off its moorings. The Bears crashing in towards the crease. Now 26 seconds to play. We'll go back in possession of the Bears. And we'll see how they draw up what might be their final offensive set. Here's Miles Archbold. Pressured from distance. 14 seconds to play now. A jumper from the outside, saved by Pilon, and he hangs onto it. He's got LaPlante standing on top of his crease. He'll send that one off the ceiling. Might have to make one more save now. Quinn Sutton gets over the center line. 3 seconds to play, and he'll just hang on. A late hit to close out the game on the back from Hayden Cardinal. Certainly upset with his team's performance. Maybe trying to get one last shot in. With the Bears now heading towards the crossover round. And let me tell you, folks, the Bears want a rematch here. This is certainly not the best of the Westshore Bears, but on the other end of the floor, this is probably the best I've seen through this tournament for the Black Wolves. Just an absolutely dominant performance from start to finish, showing off their dynamic power play. And they head off to the crossover round, perfect through 3 games, 3-0. And that will wrap up our 4 games here from the John Bailey Arena. If you joined us for all of them, we thank you so much for sticking around. Even if you joined us for one, thank you so much for joining in. But that's going to be it for us here on BC Sports TV. For our entire cast of characters, for cameraman extraordinaire George Para, for PA announcer extraordinaire Jeff Fisher, you're going to be able to hear his voice on our broadcast airwaves tomorrow once again. I've been Tino Farah, and we will see you next time.